Hello and welcome everyone. This is Jill Butler, and she was a student at Point Loma Nazarene University, and that's where we met. She was in my Intro to Literature class. And my name is James Wicks. This semester I'm teaching a surfing history and culture class with Dr. Ben Cater. And as part of my segment of the course, looking at surf film, I wanted to reach out to some PLNU students, some PLNU graduates, just to see where they are, see the ways that surfing has influenced their lives. And Jill came to mind almost immediately when I started thinking of this project because of the way that she's dedicated herself to living by the ocean, being part of the ocean, surfing. And that has taken her from Southern California to Ireland, where she is today. So Jill, just want to jump in straight away here and ask you, how did you get into surfing, and what was your experience as you first started surfing in Encinitas and Swamis?
Yeah, I got into surfing. I was a competitive gymnast like all my life. I got hurt and I couldn't do that anymore. So I don't know, something was just missing. I got dragged to a surf camp by my brother and I fell in love pretty quickly. I just kept working at it. I feel like especially in Encinitas, a lot of people start surfing really young and I had no idea what I was doing. But I just kept working and kept working. Yeah, Swamis and pipes are my local breaks. Swamis can be a little localized, and I don't know, some of the guys there are like stuck in 1950. But I just tried my best to be nice to everyone, to just keep working at it and kind of prove myself. Especially, I don't know, Ireland too. You really have to like prove yourself just because how localized it is. Because it's big, it's cold, it's heavy.
Did you actually, you know what, my cat is at the door and needs to leave, so I'm going to be right back. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, one kind of sobering, to put it as neutrally as possible, experience that I've had being in San Diego. I remember one of my friends went out at Wind and Sea, and full disclosure, he doesn't normally surf there, but he went out there, and a woman surfer paddled up, and the men just were so rude to her, and basically it ruined his experience so much when he heard how harshly she was criticized, that he paddled in too. He just like felt like it just ruined the whole experience. And so, yeah, you were mentioning that sometimes there's some just some dynamics there, some gender dynamics that you had to work through as a woman surfer in SoCal and Swami specifically. It sounds like you worked through that primarily through smiling, and but were there any strategies or any kind of hierarchy there that you had to be aware of, and that you could talk about?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. When I first started, there weren't a lot of girls out at all. Now it's weird. Like I came back home for the summer, and I was like, it's like 50-50 out here. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. Um, but yeah, I generally go out with friends. Lots of times, if you're out with a guy too, it sucks. It sucks. That's a fact. But sometimes you also just can't be nice, have to be firm. Like I don't know, some of the stuff that I've had guys say, like I was like a teenager then, that you shouldn't say to any woman, but like a grown man saying to a teenage girl is just like, yeah.
Was it pretty obvious that the guys that were out in the lineup wouldn't be having that same experience that you're describing?
Yeah, because a lot of it was more like sexual harassment based, definitely a lot of, and then just like a lot of more like kind of like covert, like, okay, honey, like there you are, sweetie.
Yeah,
Some guys are more aggressive. I've had like a guy pull on my leash before on a wave. Um,
right when you're trying to drop in.
yeah, I was like, dude, like if you wanted the wave, you should have been in the position for it. Like,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, it's a total double standard. And yeah, did you just feel like you had to have something a little bit extra to push through that other guys in the lineup wouldn't be conscious of?
Yeah, I did. I felt like for me that was a lot like dropping in on bigger waves and stuff. Like I just always felt like I had to like compensate there.
Right.
That definitely took me to Ireland too. I like bigger waves. But yeah, I know I felt like I just had to be like, oh, I'm not scared of anything and like I can do this and just never like backtrack.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, how did, pivoting here a little bit with that in mind, how did you, by the way, keep your surfing regimen up while you were at Point Loma? And then how did you, because I know as a student, there's so many things to juggle. And then I'm curious about how you moved from Point Loma to where you are currently in Ireland.
So Point Loma, I honestly went there because of the waves. When I was applying to college, I knew I had to be somewhere by surf or I'd just lose my mind. Um, I'm gonna be honest, my freshman year living by Hendrix, it was hard. Surf was really good. Lots of times I might just maybe not show up to class or chapel. And my GPA and chapel fines my first semester of my freshman year showed me like, hey, you can't be doing that. So I kind of shifted gears and like used surfing. Like, I don't know, I can't sit still for a long time, like as a study break, or as a way to motivate myself. Like even this week, I have a lot of reading to do for my university here, and I'm just trying to like get through and be like, there's a big swell coming in this weekend. Like, I'm just gonna be in the water all weekend. I just need to get this reading done. That's kind of how I do it.
So can you describe where you're at right now in Ireland? You mentioned the company to me, a live adventure company. It sounds like you do a lot of tours with visitors in the water. How close are you to the ocean? And describe where you're at and what you do.
So I currently live 2 blocks from the ocean.
Okay,
I walk to the beach to go surf. I am a surf instructor. I will be a free dive instructor come Friday. I'm getting my certification then too.
congratulations.
Yeah. I've been teaching surf lessons since I was like 16 back in California, and
Yeah,
I realized if I got the ISA surf instructor course, my lifeguard,
great.
I could anywhere I wanted, and I somehow ended up here. I really, really liked it. Made some good money. It's cool. There's a lot of nonprofit like surf things here. Like I've done. I don't know if you know about the conflict in Northern Ireland.
Yeah, you're about an hour away from Belfast, you said?
About an hour away from Belfast. It's like our
Okay,
closest city. I've done like integration things with Catholic and Protestant kids. Done a lot of like surfing with foster kids. I work
wow,
right now with this thing called the Wave Project, and it's like surf therapy for kids with mental illnesses. So I'm
wow.
gonna be doing that Saturday and Sunday morning.
It sounds like you've done so much to give back from what you've learned with being in the ocean to others. I know that you have other outlets with surfing as well, namely creative outlets. Since this is a surf film class, I'm really interested in filmmaking, as you probably know. But does surfing inspire you to be creative? Do you do artwork, drawing, writing, painting? How is that inspiration generated from your proximity to the ocean?
Well, I think surfing itself is an art. Like it's just
Hmm.
you're drawing lines in the water and you're doing what you can with what the wave gives you in the minute.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, I keep an art journal, and a lot of the things I do in there are like ocean based. I paint a lot. I love like doing like flowy acrylics and all kinds of blues, and I write poetry. I know there's something about like an intensity in the ocean, and I feel like that travel translates a lot to my writing, especially living here in Ireland where it's so stormy and it's a different kind of ocean here, to put it simply.
Yes, for sure. Well, hey, can you remind me the name of the town that you're in Ireland?
It's called Portrush.
Portrush? How do you spell it?
Portrush.
R-U-S-H. And yeah, any last words, any words of inspiration for our Point Loma students? First time taking a surfing history and culture class. What would you say to us and as we sign off here?
I really wish I got to take that class, and don't
Yeah,
go surfing as much as you want to. That's yeah. Just
that's it. That's a good rule for life and surfing specifically. So. Jill, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you so much for your time and sharing your personal experiences to the benefit of the class and just knowledge in general. So thank you so much.
no problem. Thank you.